SH Monster Arts Godzilla Final Wars reissue figure review. We just did an unboxing. So, this is the box. As you can see, G Final Wars is out. Let's just take a look at the back. SH Monster Arts 2004, it says. Yada yada yada. All the weird things that say Japanese. Ages 15 and up. Well, who cares about that? Yes, I am old enough for that. It is my birthday, so you could say happy birthday. I would like that. Alright, so let's get into it. G Final Wars will be standing taller than SH Monster Arts Godzilla X Kong the New Empire 2024 unevolved version. So I'm gonna say it's around like 7 inches, I'd say. Pretty decent for a figure size. Now, I thought it was small. Okay. Straight into paint and detail we're gonna go into right here. So, we're gonna start with the eyes. And yes, he looks a little bit special, but we can make that happen even more, as the mouth is a bit on a ball joint. And yeah, he looks a little bit special. Now my camera quality is bad because we're using an iPhone 13 to record. That's probably my problem. Straight to the back, we're gonna have this white glossy on the dorsal spines. There's gonna be some here. Now the one thing I don't like is it looks all perfect and dandy, but until you do the back, it looks like a dorsal spine is missing. Now, kind of goes for the same for Shin Godzilla, but there is some detail back there. So, we can't all be that bad, because kind of like the, yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, and the toes, the feet, there's some nice feet, that's to say, unlike Monster vs. Godzilla. His feet are so crooked. What an L for Monster vs. Godzilla. Now, I do feel like he has way too long of arms. Now, I don't know if it's like that in the movie, but his arms are so long. I have watched Godzilla Final Wars, so do not get mad at me and say, you never watched the movie. I have watched the movie. Yep, Godzilla shoots a beam at the auxilium things. Monster X comes down and fights. Yeah. Say at least the kaiju in there are kind of weak. Because, I mean, Kamakris died to a freaking power line. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Personally, though, we look into the mouth. We can see some nice detail in there. Nice detail. The teeth are gonna be yellow. He needs to see a dentist. But overall, good figure. Besides this gap, the gap really makes me want to beat someone. You can see right through it, and that's what makes me mad. I have had, within the hours of getting this figure, I have had the tail pop off, a leg pop off, the figure popped in half. And this, see, the hand, the right hand is making me mad. Like, if it came with an interchangeable hand, I would have been like, you know what, that's how it is. But you know what? Bandai has to make me mad and do that. I mean, just look at this. I am gonna have a lot of fun with stop motion with this guy. Stop motion with this guy is gonna be so fun. This thing is so delicate. I haven't had the tail fall off though, so that's good. Okay, let's get straight into articulation because we've had 5 minutes on paint and detail and stuff. So, right off the bat, as you guys can tell, the mouth can open, the mouth can close, the mouth can do his interesting special pose. Now I do like this. I have messed around with this figure for a few hours. It can look up really far for Final Wars and do his... And that'd be a great remix to make. It can go up. You know the gist. Alright. His head can look down. Oh, I like the ears on him though. They're kind of cute. He has cute ears. Now, yes, there's a gap there, but there's gonna be gaps everywhere on this figure because it's Godzilla Final Wars. And yes, before you say that movie was great, that is one of my favorite Godzilla movies. Godzilla Final Wars is a great movie. He can look down. I like his looking down pose. That's kind of fun. Alright. He can look down. He can look up. He can look sideways this way. He can look sideways that way. Not that much, though. Okay, now let's see what it can do. Alright, the arms. Now, the arms look fairly interesting for articulation. There's a little swivel here, a little swivel there. And there's the typical... If Godzilla Final Wars could speak, I think he'd be British. Okay? Why does he give off a British vibe? He looks British. That may just be my inner Don Fry kicking in. Is he British? I think he's British. Oh my gosh. No, but I need you to tell this to your other Godzilla fans. Godzilla Final Wars looks like he would be British. He would be British. His hands are so long. Okay, let's get back into the articulation. Because this is gonna be my, longest video ever. Alright. We got the legs. Now, he doesn't have... he's not that chunky on the legs. Alright, but... let's look. Okay, sorry about the carpet. You know, you're gonna be bothered by these things, and you're gonna have to deal with it. Alright, so... the legs can move up. They can't really do a 360. I know they won't be able to. I'll break this. I'm not partnered up with SHMA Godzilla, so I cannot. This is my opinion. Okay. So the legs can do that. Ooh, that's far. Okay, and then we got the foot turn. Yep. Oh, yeah. We can get some serious stuff done with that. Same thing on this, and the tail. This is the best part of every Godzilla figure. The tail. The tail is, great. Now, can he do the Godzilla slide kick? Not really. He's not that Godzilla. Do. Now I think he can do I'm gonna try this. I see this every time I open my phone, so I should be able to memorize it. Yes, my home screen is Godzilla dancing. That just made him look more British. That made him look more British. We're gonna have to make stop motion on that. You guys already know this. Okay. Now we gotta get the fighting pose in. Oh my gosh. This hand has fallen off maybe 4 times. Might as well just be handless at this point. Like, I can't even touch that hand without it falling off. I just push it in real good, it should stay. Okay. Hand turn. Okay, now. Oh yeah. He looks like a good fighter. Wait, we gotta get the tail. The tail gives off emphasis of a Godzilla figure. Like, the tail means a lot for a pose. Now, yes, we can do. The tail really isn't all that much. Oh, can it touch? No, that's not gonna touch. Although, we'll do that. That's good enough for the tail. If we put that up, like more, push that down a little bit more. Okay, that's good enough for the tail. I feel like that's a good pose for the tail. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Space Goji out. Amazing figure.